Umaima, what is authorization and why should security professionals care?
Authorization is the specification of what you are allowed access to and how you are allowed access to it.
Changes, and that's different than identity, because identity, like, I don't stop being me, but what I should have access to changes kind of all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would say access is colored by identity. It is idiosyncratic. So who you are colors what you have access to.
Paul, what are the troublesome issues you've had with authorization?
Well, I think one of the most difficult problems to solve is that in a dynamic organization, a modern organization, what you have access to changes all the time. We have to have ways of quickly deciding whether or not somebody can have access, quickly providing that access, and then taking it away when they no longer need it. And so if you want to be compliant and you want to be secure, you want to give people the minimum access just for the time that they need it and then take it away.
Paul, I understand that you're a customer of Umaima's company, Opal. And Umaima, let me just ask you, I mean, this is a chronic problem that every security professional has because it's just physically exhausting to constantly deal with provisioning people and deprovisioning. So how does Opal address this issue?
What it means to be dynamic is to actually look at how information flows in an organization or how a person works. So a classic example is what it means to go on call. That's usually not defined by a rigid job duty. It can mean many things in many roles, but you know that by definition, when you go on call, you may need access to sensitive systems. And when you go off call, you may not need access to that. So that's an example of something that would be dynamic.
Do people behave differently because of the tool of the product, or it's kind of invisible and people are allowed to still behave the way they normally behave?
I can't say it's invisible, but it's very low friction. And that's certainly something that we look towards. I mean, in a dynamic organization, also, you can't be waiting 24 or 48 hours for somebody to approve access to something, especially if you have some exception or some customer who's waiting for information from you or for a problem to get fixed. We want somebody to make a conscious decision as to whether or not somebody has access to a particular resource, for them to look at the access request and say, yeah, this makes sense, and then to go ahead and approve that access. Often when somebody needs to conduct a business process, there might be 3, 4, 5 systems involved, and we want to provide them access to all of them with one request. And so that helps reduce friction, but also helps keep the security levels high.
For better authorization, essentially only giving people access in the time they need it, deprovisioning it, and making it happen sort of simpler rather than people waiting, and also maintaining your security at the same time. Pretty impressive. For more on how to do this, go to Opal's site at opal.dev.